After the fall of France and the evacuation from Dunkirk in May 1940, Polish soldiers reached Britain by any means possible: ships, trains, and long illegal journeys across the world. They all had one goal: to keep fighting. But between 1940 and 1944, frustration set in. While Polish pilots fought in the Battle of Britain and Polish sailors risked their lives in the Atlantic, Polish ground forces in Britain had to wait. They trained and they wondered if they ever would fight. General Stanisław Maczek, the leader of the 1st Polish Armoured Division, one of the most experienced armoured commanders in Britain, immediately began rebuilding his unit. In 1940, Maczek may have been the most experienced armoured formation commander in the entire UK. Polish units were assigned to defend eastern Scotland from Montrose to Dundee. The task was dull, but Maczek used the time to forge a disciplined armoured force. General Maczek and the Polish commander-in-chief, Władysław Sikorski, wanted a full Polish armoured division. The problem was manpower. That changed in June 1941, after Germany attacked the Soviet Union. The Sikorski-Majski Agreement led to the release of thousands of Polish prisoners and deported civilians from Soviet camps, which made the idea of a full armored division realistic. On 14 February 1942, the decision was made to form the 1st Polish Armoured Division, with Maczek as its commander. The division followed an older British model: 2 armor brigades, infantry, artillery, engineers, and signals. On paper, it looked powerful. But experience from North Africa had already shown that tanks without strong infantry could not hold ground. Despite this, training continued. By 1942 and 43, the 1st Polish Armoured Division was training almost continuously across England. The division's first real test came during exercises codenamed Stirrup near Cambridge. The Poles performed well and were praised for their discipline, command cohesion, and technical skill. But the exercise exposed a critical flaw. Time and again during the maneuvers, Polish tanks broke through enemy lines only to find that they could not hold captured ground without infantry support. Both British and Polish officers reached the same conclusion learned in North Africa. Tanks alone could seize ground, but infantry was needed to hold it. By early 1943, Polish command understood this, but manpower shortages and political realities delayed change. Still, the division kept improving, even though it remained undermanned. Getting Polish soldiers to Britain was often an epic journey. Antoni Położyński, a 25-year-old Polish officer, escaped occupied Poland in January 1940. He crossed Soviet territory, Lithuania, Latvia, Estonia, Finland, and finally stowed away on a ship to New York. From there, Polish communities helped him reach Britain. He arrived in Scotland in March 1941. He never saw his parents again, and only returned to Poland 25 years later. Chaim Goldberg, a 19-year-old Jewish tailor from Warsaw, fled east using false documents. He crossed all of Siberia, reached Vladivostok, sailed to Japan, then made his way to Canada. By October 1941, he reached Scotland and joined the 1st Polish Armoured Division. Stories like these explain why it was difficult to find soldiers. By mid-1943, the 1st Polish Armoured Division should have numbered more than 15,000 men. It had barely 10,000. At the same time, British armoured doctrine changed. One tank brigade had to be replaced by an infantry brigade, which meant even more soldiers were needed. After the death of General Sikorski, his successor, General Kazimierz Sosnkowski, tried again to solve the crisis. The British response was blunt: reorganize or the division will not take part in the invasion of Europe. To save the division, Polish command integrated other Polish units in Scotland and the shortage dropped to just 120 men. In February 1944, Sosnkowski met General Montgomery. Although Montgomery accepted that the division's shortages were similar to British units, his visit left Polish soldiers deeply unimpressed. They disliked Montgomery's arrogant manner and apparent xenophobia. One remark in particular was remembered for years. Montgomery asked General Maczek, "In what language do your men speak to each other? German or Russian?" Whether it meant as a joke or not, the Poles heard it as an insult. A month later, General Eisenhower visited the division and made a very positive impression due to his honesty and directness. In July 1944, the division moved to Aldershot. Maczek's men were finally going to war.